Football, a home of comparison and arguments. Be it goal debates, team debates, or favorite player debates, it keeps the fans going. Today, we are settling one of the biggest debates in the football world. Which is the greatest league of them all, La Liga or the Premier League? It's no news that both of these leagues have dominated the footballing world over the years. La Liga was home to Messi and Ronaldo, two of the greatest players to ever play the sport. For years, they played a huge role in the league's popularity. Also, some of the football club powerhouses are in Spain. The likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona arguably have the biggest fan bases in the world. All of this contributes to viewership, competitiveness, and entertainment. But the same can be said for the English Premier League.
7 minutes, back-to-back hat-tricks!
Even if you're not a football fan, there is a high chance you've heard about this league. It is the home of entertainment, and fans tune in every weekend to catch their favorite team's live show. It is also home to some of the biggest clubs in the world. Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City, to name a few. Now, let's get to the point of this video. How do both of these leagues compare against each other? Ultimately, which is the better football league? If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Your likes fuel our motivation and let us know you're loving what we're creating. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? By subscribing to this channel, you'll be the first to know when we drop new exciting videos. We will be kicking off with football's most prestigious trophy, the UEFA Champions League. Since its inception, Spanish clubs have won this trophy more often than Premier League clubs. They have a total of 19 Champions League trophies compared to the Premier League's 15. In my opinion, and I'm not sorry to say it, this should not be a primary indicator of overall league strength. For example, Bayern Munich is one of the best clubs in the world right now, but the league competitiveness is quite laughable. Of the 19 wins, only Real Madrid and Barcelona have taken the cup home for La Liga. However, the 15 wins are spread across more Premier League clubs, with Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, and recently Man City, all playing a role in bringing home European glory. While La Liga may have two of the best football clubs, the Premier League's strength is spread across more clubs, and this league competitiveness is the next point we address. In over 90 years, only 3 teams have been dominant in the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid have all taken turns in lifting the La Liga title. This further proves my point about competitiveness. A stronger league should see more winners of the domestic title. In comparison, the English Premier League has winners spread across different clubs in a shorter time frame. Since 1992, 7 different teams have won the Premier League. The winners have also not been restricted to only the big clubs. Smaller sides like Leicester City and Blackburn have lifted the title. This is one of the few reasons fans are very interested in this league. This unpredictable nature is always exciting in sports, and we love it. Also, UCL spots are another area that showcases competition. 3 out of the top 4 is almost always guaranteed in La Liga. Real Madrid and Barcelona rarely miss out on Champions League football, with Atletico just behind them. The lesser teams rarely have a chance at qualification because they do not pose a threat to these sides. However, the story is different in the Premier League. The top 4 are never guaranteed. Footballing giant Arsenal has failed to qualify for the Champions League in 6 out of the last 7 seasons. This attests to the strength of this league. The top 4 are always chopping and changing every year, keeping fans excited. Last season, Newcastle beat Liverpool to qualify for the Champions League. Furthermore, Brighton and Aston Villa beat Chelsea and Tottenham to European spots. Also, West Ham won the UEFA Conference League, a competition in which Tottenham Hotspurs was present. Okay, moving away from trophies, football is also about generating revenue, so let's look at the revenue generated by these leagues. The report tells us that the biggest soccer leagues in Europe, like England, Spain, Germany, Italy, and France, made a huge amount of money together, $18.7 billion during the year 2021 to 22. Just the Premier League made almost $7 billion, which is more than a third of all the money made by these top 5 leagues. And wait, there's more. The money the Premier League makes alone is as much as both La Liga, the Spanish league, and Bundesliga, the German league, put together. I think that's enough evidence for me. La Liga got around $3.5 billion and Bundesliga got $3.4 billion during that same time. Huge TV deals are the big reason behind these numbers. Just the Premier League, for example, got a whopping $3.8 billion from TV. This big number comes from deals they made with TV stations, both in their own country and in other countries too. But what sets the Premier League apart from the other leagues is that it's been able to speed up its popularity around the world. It's watched by more people than any other league and gets shown in almost every country on the planet. The Premier League became number 1 because of the famous Big 6 clubs in England. These clubs: Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspurs together made a huge amount of money. $4.9 billion. About 10 years ago, the total money made between the Premier League and La Liga was pretty similar. But now, the Premier League has pulled ahead and taken the lead by a big margin. Oh yeah, let's not forget attendance. Which league attracts more supporters to their stadiums? In the 2021-22 season, the Premier League games had an average attendance of 39,632 spectators, which beats the all-time high of 38,776 established in 1948-49. This figure placed it at the top of the list for average attendance. In Spain's La Liga, the average attendance per match in that season stood at 22,972 fans. The highest attendance ever recorded in Spain's top division was during the 1994-95 season, with a total of 30,532 fans attending games. Considering attendance in relative terms, or as a percentage of stadium capacity, provides valuable insights. During the 2018-19 season, a total of 14,503,954 fans enjoyed Premier League matches. The highest achievable number based on stadium capacity would have been 14,971,896, indicating that stadiums in England's top division were occupied at 96.8% capacity that season. Turning our attention to La Liga, 10,188,198 fans attended live matches. The potential maximum attendance based on stadium capacity would have been 13,881,153, which means the stadiums were filled to 73.4% of their capacity in the 2018-19 campaign. Now, let's take a look at transfer spending and players' salaries. The growing difference in financial strength between the Premier League and other top European leagues is making a lot of people uneasy. While there has been a gap for a while, it's now becoming really big. Surprisingly, even newly promoted Nottingham Forest spent more money than what was supposed to be a big spending summer for Barcelona. Yeah, you heard that right. During the 2022 summer transfer window, La Liga spent around €505 million, but this is much smaller compared to the Premier League spending, which reached €2.208 billion. That's more than 4 times what their counterparts in Spain spent. Some observers are saying that because of this money difference, the Premier League is turning into something like a super league. When you add up the spending in the other major European leagues, La Liga, Liga 1, Serie A, and the Bundesliga, it comes to a total that's roughly similar to what the Premier League spent, at €2.296 billion. Also, the salaries offered in the Premier League is also a major attraction for players, although the Saudi League has come to play now with their ridiculously deep pockets. But moving on. According to a player salaries database, the average salary for a player in the Premier League's first team was €4,156,855. This average salary was, of course, higher for the biggest clubs and lower for most of the other clubs. However, the middle value or median salary for the Premier League at that time, considering the 530 players in the 21st team squads in mid-November, was €3,106,000. The Premier League has been paying the highest wages in global football since it overtook Serie A in the early 2000s. Now, the second highest paying league is La Liga. The data for La Liga indicates an average basic pay of €2,060,307 per year for 498 first-team players in mid-November 2022, with a median salary at the same time of €837,520. Finally, the UEFA coefficient, a metric that ranks leagues in the world, has placed the Premier League as the best in the world. So, in conclusion, the Premier League attracts more top players, generates more money, has the highest viewership, and plays high-end entertaining football. So let's stop this debate. Which league do you think is better? Please let me know in the comments, as I would like to get your views. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this.